Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jailbreak trading series, and today I'm very excited. The NASCAR has officially become a limited, so as I mentioned in my short, it would be happening because Azimo did say this season's NASCAR vehicles will become tradable, and overall I am so happy the NASCAR is finally in trading. And guess what, none of you guys are going to believe what I did over the weekend, but I got the NASCAR on 100 alternate accounts, so I'm very excited to be introducing a new series where I'm going to be basically playing on those alternate accounts and trying to see what I can get on each of them. So it's going to be very similar to the pickup to torpedo challenge, and I am so looking forward to it because I think it is absolutely going to be something you guys are going to be wanting to see. And that being said, let's get right into the NASCAR. I think the car just is very good. Now, performance wise, it is slower than a Lamborghini, but then again, this car was so easy to get. I mentioned this a lot of times in my expert guide, and all you had to do to get the NASCAR is you had to spawn at the headquarters, you had to go to the building across the street, and then you got in the NASCAR, and you literally just took the NASCAR all the way to the racetrack next to the semi-truck spawn, and that's how you literally got the NASCAR. And I think that is a very easy way to get this vehicle. So although it's not the fastest, I think it was super easy. Now if you got the NASCAR, I don't think you are able to spawn it in through the premium garage, so that being said, you still got to go over to the garages in order to spawn it in on alternate accounts without that game pass. But I think even then, it's such a nice vehicle, and if you use rocket fuel, I think it becomes a lot better to use. So as you could see, I got it over to 200 miles per hour, and if you want, you could definitely go even higher if you wanted to. Now, something I was surprised about is this NASCAR this year doesn't actually have mirrors. I don't know why it doesn't have mirrors, but I'm not going to really question it. I think the inside looks very nice. Here's the first person view too. It's got a very nice interior, and overall this is a very nice looking vehicle in the game. And something that a lot of people don't talk about is it's actually fairly decent at climbing hills. Like, it's not going to be the best, you have to give it a push with the rocket fuel, but as you could see, it's really making it no problem with that help of rocket fuel. And I think that with the monster suspension, this becomes a very good vehicle to use. So it did make it over to this hill, and I think that passed the test. But let's make it over to the trading island and see what players offer for the NASCAR. All right, so here we are at the trading dome, and because this was a free vehicle, I don't expect its trading filter value to be too valuable. A lot of people already have this vehicle, and so that being said, let's see what the boy has to offer. Oh, he has the NASCAR over here as well, so I don't know if he'd want another one, but as you can see, he is offering the classic, which is too high for my side. I'm offering the NASCAR 75 and the Challenger in order to get a classic, which is okay, it's decent. As I kind of thought, the trading filter value wouldn't be too high. Let's actually see over here. He's throwing in a bunch of vehicles. Now here's what I kind of want for the NASCAR. I want to see if I can get myself an escape pod. I don't know if he would be able to add it, but let's actually ask him, and he just declined the trade. That's a shame. I really wanted to see if the NASCAR would be able to get the escape pod, but that is actually a really good vehicle. So when I first covered the escape bot in my original Jailbreak trading series, I didn't really understand the purpose of it until I started using it for the cargo ship, and that's where the escape bot became super useful. So a lot of players thought it was like the drone, but unlike the drone, it actually has a rope and it has an infinite flying limit, and it is the smallest flying vehicle in the game, so that means it is super easy to do the cargo ship, and you don't gotta hijack helicopters or anything. You just go straight into the secret police base next to the museum, and that's literally how you get the escape bot. So if you can get the escape bot for the NASCAR, like, that would be totally worth it. Both vehicles are free, but the escape bot is kind of harder to get. But anyways, let's see what another player has to offer for the NASCAR. There you go, this player offered the Lamborghini. So yeah, as I thought, the trading filter value is going to be under a Lamborghini, but let's see if he still does this. I mean, if you want a Lamborghini, that could be a totally reasonable trade for it. And as you see, he did get ready for this trade. I'm not too sure if he's going to do it. Okay, I don't have a problem with adding stuff, but because he called it dumb stuff, I'm probably not going to do this trade. And yeah, if you want to get yourself a Lamborghini, it could be potentially useful. Let's see what happens if I throw it in a Roadster. I want to see what he'd end up doing for a Roadster. I think this is a more practical trade to see if he ends up adding anything. But yeah, he wanted dumb stuff, so I gave a Roadster. Is that a good item? I mean, whatever. I want to see what he ends up adding, if anything, for the NASCAR. All right, so this player actually added in the Parisian. Hold on, we might be able to get a really good trade over here. I'm going to trade my NASCAR Roadster and Eclair for the Parisian and Lamborghini. That actually might be pretty decent, although I don't know if this player is going to do it. I feel like the Parmesan might be a stretch. Now, the NASCAR probably is only going for the Lamborghini in this trade, but if you can get yourself a Parmesan for a Roadster and Eclair, that is a steal. I think that is actually a really good trade. Now, I just want to double check. Yes, I have duplicates of the Roadster and Eclair. I want to see if he'd actually do it. So if I was able to do this, I actually would. But he's talking about some sort of Raptor. I'm not going to throw in the Raptor. Would just unbalance the trade. So I don't know. Unless he's going to add anything, I can't really do much else. But let's just see over here. Yeah, my side is going to be way higher. And if he does end up adding something, I will remove the Roadster and Eclair. But this is very interesting. I'm actually hoping to do trades like this on my alternate accounts when I start the NASCAR 2 torpedo challenges on them. And I think that's going to be something super funny. He added in a few items like the Camo Raider texture, unknown signal rims, but they're kind of all useless, so I don't really see a point in them. I mean, why on earth would I want any of these items? They're literally all obtainable right now. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to decline this trade. I just don't think I'm going to really be able to get anything out of it. But if you want to get a NASCAR, I don't think it would be really too hard because it's not even worth a Lamborghini. On paper, that sounds bad, but I'm not really surprised. I got the NASCAR on 100 accounts in literally less than 4 hours, so I think that was very easy to do. And I'm not going to go ahead and blame Azima for making this vehicle not valuable. I think pretty much everyone that wanted it already has it, but if you are looking to get started into trading, I think this is what this vehicle is for. Like, it's going to help you make easier trades and whatnot. And okay, he's telling me to remove all the other stuff, but as you can see, this unbalances the trade. And I'm definitely not going to be trading the Raptor, which I'll make a new trading video on it very soon for these items. And it looks like the only reason this trade is even balanced is because of the hyper green at the end. He's pretty clever about hiding it. But yeah, that being said, I'm going to back out of this trade and let's see what other players have to offer for the Raptor. Alright, so ideally, when you were trading the NASCAR as well, I think you should look for servers with more players under a million. As you can see, this server is pretty full of players with a good amount of cash, so that means I'm not really surprised I'm getting trades like this. Now, how the heck did this guy get 3 desert crawlers? I don't think I've ever been offered a desert crawler before. That's pretty funny. And he's actually like copying and pasting something. He's been saying that throughout this video, but he wants a drone for this. Okay, let's see what happens when I add the drone. I do have a duplicate of the drone, so I'll see if I could trade it. And he got ready like right away. That's actually really funny, so I'm very surprised at that. But unfortunately, I can't really accept this trade. It just doesn't really have enough for me. Now, besides the NASCAR, I know that NASCAR really isn't going to be doing much in this trade because he is already underpaying, so I should essentially remove the NASCAR, but I'll keep it just for fun. But yeah, he's offering the 3 desert crawlers, which I think only go for 100,000 or around that value or something. And then he's offering darkest purple, which should not be confused with Phantom Black. Those are 2 different items. And he is throwing in the meteor magnet spoiler and an eternal flame spoiler. As I mentioned before, don't trade for the eternal flame spoiler. It is not good, and it is actually a free item that you get for robbing the tomb for the first time, so definitely do not get that. But as you can see, he's also throwing in the lightning rims and the Daytona rims. So the Daytona rims are also part of this event, but I just don't think they're really worth much. I mean, they were literally 10,000 a few hours ago. But that being said, it's still nice to have fun in trading, and although I'm not going to do this trade, I mean, it's worth all to consider either way. Alright everyone, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun talking about the NASCAR, and as cool of a vehicle this is, unfortunately it is not worth more than a Lamborghini in trading. Now that's not a bad thing. As I mentioned before, if you are a new player, this is actually going to be a very easy vehicle to get, and its performance is very reasonable. I mean, it goes very close to a Lamborghini. I mean, it's not going to have the exact same top speed, but for handling, this is also perfect for mobile players. So if you wanted a very versatile car alongside a vehicle that has pretty good off-road clearance, and I think the NASCAR is for you. It's a very nice vehicle to drive, and overall, despite it being free, I think it's a very good vehicle. I mean, as funny as it is, I think the NASCAR is faster than the desert crawler that guy was trading in the last trade, and I gotta say, that is something that you don't always see. Like, I mean, a free vehicle being faster than one that's about 100,000, like, yeah, that's actually kind of funny. But that being said, you really can't go wrong with the NASCAR. I mean, let's see over here. Here's a little bit of a hill, and it actually made it with very little rocket fuel help. I think it is very decent at climbing hills, so if you want just a very good vehicle to drive in Jailbreak, I think the NASCAR is perfect for you. I've had absolutely no problems owning this vehicle, and as I've mentioned before, new series coming soon where I'm going to be trading the NASCAR on 100 accounts, and I'm going to be very interested in seeing what players offer for them. But anyways guys, if you want to see some more Jailbreak training videos, then there is a playlist in the description below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, and if you've got any questions about the NASCAR, make sure to let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, make sure to like, and I'll see you in the next trading video. Have a great day.